If you're new to this channel, welcome. I appreciate you checking this out. You probably noticed that if you go through my library, I have a bunch of Zoom F6 videos, and it's a audio device that I have pushed to people to get if they're serious about getting into audio and are at that point where they can handle a professional audio device, be it in film, be it in voiceover work, be it in any professional setting. If you're ready for this audio device, it's definitely something to consider getting. And if you have been here before, you're probably saying to yourself, ah crap, he's got another Zoom F6 video. And I could kind of understand why you'd say that. I hope you don't, but I can understand why. That being said, you better buckle up, Buttercup, because I am having a surge again of Zoom F6 videos coming in the new year. I'm at the point now where I'm starting to rethink things that I'm using with it and trying to push a little bit more with how I can use it. But in this video, we're going to cover something that I've touched on, but haven't really gone too in depth with. Welcome back to the Rebel Tech channel. I'm Justin, and in this video, we're going to be talking about the Zoom F6 and its audio interface functionality, and showing you how you can just hook it up to your computer simply, the options that you have with hooking it up to your computer, and just an overall thought on it and overall explanation of it. But before we get started, if you have any questions, comments, or anything whatsoever, please leave it down in the comments section down below. I'll be happy to answer any questions about the Zoom F6, about gear, microphones, anything that I cover. Just leave it down in the comments. If you want to ask me more directly, I stream every Saturday afternoon into the night. I start off about an hour here and then switch over to my Twitch channel. Twitch.tv/ghettohappy is the name of the channel, and just give me a follow over there and you'll know when I go live. Also, if you found this video helpful, entertaining, or anything whatsoever, please leave a like and consider subscribing. So the Zoom F6, very versatile, very powerful little machine that we have here. And I've covered a ton of stuff and a ton of features on it. But the one thing that I really haven't gone too in depth with is its audio interface functionality. I used it for a little while as a audio interface, and I still use it from time to time depending on what I'm doing. I have a Go XLR Mini now because I finally got one when it became available at a decent price. But I still go back to the Zoom F6 for certain applications, and I'll get into that a little later. But first off, we're going to talk about how this thing is as a audio interface compared to a field recorder. So as a recorder, as an audio recorder, a field recorder, this thing is amazing. There isn't anything bad about it. I mean, maybe the small knobs and the small buttons may be a problem, but if you have an issue with that, you could always get the app that comes along with it. If you haven't seen my BTA1 video, that's available in the video tab. Just go check that out when you get a chance. And also, it's a part of my Zoom F6 playlist. But other than that, there's really nothing wrong about it, and it offers plenty of features that even I haven't touched on yet. I'm looking into more and more things on this device to optimize and get the most out of it. So as far as the field recording and audio recording on its own, great. Has plenty of space if you need it. If you need a 512 gigs, sure, you could fill it up. So now that we switch gears and we move over to the audio interface function of it, streaming, that's one of the options. You can stream 6 inputs going out, and you could do a podcast. You could do just about anything live on streaming on any platform, YouTube, Twitch, or anything, Facebook as well. And you have the 6 inputs there for you, and you could mix them as you see fit with the fader knobs on there. Another thing is plugging it into a DAW, or digital audio workspace, that is for musicians. Still, 6 inputs. You could put 6 inputs into your DAW and use it as a multi-track mixer pretty much and go into your DAW and not have a problem. For musicians, this is perfect because if you have a drum set, it's sure 6 inputs for a drum set might be just enough, but still it's great. You got a kick, you got a snare. What else you got? You got your toms, 2 overheads, and then maybe one more for your hi-hat. There you go. That's plenty. I mean, a lot of people like to mic the crap out of drum sets, but 6 is plenty, to be honest. So you could mic a whole drum set and put it into a DAW as well. Now back to streaming. If you were to use this in OBS, it's very simple. You plug it in and you set it up and go as an audio source. Easy as that, and it's not much to it. Now, since we've talked about stuff that you can do with it, let's talk about setting it up. And it's a pretty simple process. And if you've seen my videos in the past about the Zoom F6, I've touched on similar things, like when you use it as an SD card reader, it's pretty much the same concept. So what you're gonna need here is a USB-C to USB 3.0A cable. This will relay your signal from your Zoom F6 to your computer. Next, you're going to go into System, USB, Audio Interface, and then choose the type of function that you want out of it. Your 3 choices are Stereo Mix for PC or Mac, Stereo Mix for your iPad, or Multitrack for your PC or Mac. For most people, you're probably going to use Stereo Mix because it's the simplest one and you can mix everything before it goes out and it's going to come out as a stereo mix. If you're interested in that multi-track, that's for people who want to manipulate it in their DAW later on. And for these examples, I'm going to be using the stereo mix option for your PC or Mac. I haven't really tested it with the multi-track function because, to be honest, I really don't use it as much. I don't have enough inputs to use to make it usable, but it is there for you to try. Later on, I'm gonna do a video on just multi-track, but that's after I test it out and actually get time to use it. So this is not gonna be about that. This is about just relaying the signal and a little bit more on the stereo side. So now that you've selected that, your computer will recognize it as a USB source, and it will be available to you in OBS, in a DAW. If you just want to put a stereo mix out and mix everything before it goes out to a stereo signal, that's fine too. Alright, so we went through everything. We've talked about how it's used as an audio interface, how you set it up, and really the options that you have. Musicians, podcasting, just about anything that you need for relaying your signal to your computer, you could use it for. And now some final thoughts. I really love this device. It has been a great addition to my audio career and audio gear in general. It helps a lot and it makes the workflow that much easier. As an audio interface, it really does a good job. The preamps are awesome. They do a great job of minimal noise and really nice relay of a signal over USB-C, which is very fast. 3.0, excellent, really love it. I'm surprised not more people are using that in their gear, but I'm sure we're going to see it more often now. So thank you all for watching. Hope you all enjoyed it. If you liked that video, please hit the like button down below and consider subscribing for more videos like this, more Zoom F6 videos coming in the new year. I have a bunch of other stuff that I want to put out first, and then Zoom F6 stuff in the new year, and we'll do a year anniversary with the Zoom F6 for me. I've had it for about a year now, and I'll be putting out that video sometime in January, so keep an eye out for that. If you subscribe, you'll know exactly when it comes out. And if you have any comments or questions, please leave it down in the comments section down below. I'll be happy to answer any questions you guys have about the Zoom F6, gear in general, microphones, or anything whatsoever. If there's anything that I haven't touched on in this video about the Zoom F6, you could ask me stuff like that. Anything whatsoever. Also, if you want to ask me more directly, I stream every Saturday afternoon into the night around 5-6 o'clock. About an hour on this channel, and then I switch over to my Twitch channel. Twitch.tv/ghettohappy is the channel. Please give me a follow over there, and you'll know when I go live there as well. And as always, be safe, be kind. If you go out, please wear a mask, and I will see you in the next video. The only thing that I want to do is I want to pet that lemur. And no, that's not a euphemism.
It's best